Hello guys, welcome back to Guru's Library. And from the thumbnail, as you already know, today we are going to review Nexus, a brief history of information network from Stone Age to AI. So this book is I started reading it from October, but it took 3 months for me, to complete this book. It's not because it's very tough to read, but it's because it's lengthy, and also because of my work and other plans. Like, I was traveling, so I was not having that much of time to complete this book. So we will talk about it in detail. So yeah, let's just get started, and we'll see what is good about this book, what are the things that we can learn from this book, and what are the things that is something which we can say it's not that much clear in this book. So yeah, let's just get started. So when I purchased this book, so I think this was around September. So I ordered it when this book was released in India. So I remember the date was 9th September. So I ordered it on 9th September only. But because I ordered for the hard copy, so it took almost 15 days to reach to my hometown. So I started reading this book from October, and then there were many festivals. Then I was traveling to some places. So because of that, the duration, that overall reading duration, so it took almost 3 months. So what I would like to share about this book is, this is really amazing book. I mean, I have read Yuval Noah Harari's previous work. So I have already completed reading Sapiens. I have already completed reading Homo Deus. Then 21 Lessons from the 21st Century I have already completed. So I will share the descriptions, the links in my descriptions, and you can go and check out those reviews as well. But what is special about this book was, so when we talk about the information the things that are related to our day-to-day life. So even if we are working, even if we are going somewhere, so all of these things are recorded in a form of a data. So these data are used by some government officials, companies, and other types of stakeholders to make decisions on what type of behavior, what type of patterns we individuals have. So in this book, you will understand how this information system, which is not a new thing, it evolved from the Stone Age. Then as it was processed, so how it came from the Stone Age to the AI powered network system that we have right now. So this is the story of the information network, and how it is actually making our life or destroying our life, or whatever you can say. So based on that, it is something which is mentioned beautifully in this book. So without wasting time, I'll start how these things were divided. So when we see the information network, so when it started, so during the Stone Age, it started in the form of oral storytelling. So things like how different informations were shared through verbal storytelling. For example, if someone, they have discovered this is the land, these are the trees. So in the form of stories, how important these trees, these plants, all of these things are communicated to other people. So in this form, we created stories to create a social order where we can have a common belief, and on that basis we can take decisions, we can live in that society. So fiction storytelling, like money. So money is not something which has a value of its own. So because we created a story that money is something which is of high value through this we can have a transaction. So on that basis, this story, this fiction that we created gave money that power to play a very vital role in our life. So this is something which started verbally. Then when from the oral storytelling, when it got transferred to printing press, then written documents. So how it moved from that phase to this phase, and how rapidly printing press and all of these information were capable of distributing the knowledge and also the things related to so how they wanted to behave in that particular society. So how it went from the written documents to other people. So because of that, this evolution from verbal oral storytelling to printing press and all, so this development created a very different shift. And then from printing press and all, now today when we are in the phase of connecting, like we have a very fast pace of network where we are connected with the internet and the information is flowing very fast. So in today's world, as the data science and artificial intelligence is taking over, so how these information has become something which is going very fast. It's something which is actually manipulating us. It is something where we are actually trusting these systems without even knowing like how it's going to be in the future. So this is how these phases from verbal storytelling to printing press technology and you can say internet, and then from that phase to now artificial intelligence and data science. So in these three phases, this book is it's written, and it's written beautifully how this evolution started and how it is right now. So this is something which I can tell you about, a short description of how these are demonstrated in this book. So we will talk about what are the good things which is mentioned in this book, and what are the things that needs little improvement, and what author so he wanted to convey. So we will talk in the next section. So when we say these evolution from Stone Age to AI powered network system that we have right now, it happened and it is still going on. So there are certain things which is mentioned in this book on a very fact based. I mean, these are explained in terms of facts and the things that are actually going on. For example, the author Yuval Noah Harari, he explained, when all the data are like it's going to these corporation, government authorities and the private networks, so how different ideologies in the past, they have controlled the human society when it comes to ideology like dictatorship, totalitarian regime and all of these things. So how they have controlled, and right now the data power that is like it's very getting supreme power when it comes to identifying like how these networks, how these data can be centralized or can be put in a single frame. So how these will be something which will impact these ideologies, these governance systems. So this is mentioned in this book, and is it going to be successful? Is it something which will face challenges? So all of these information is explained, and even there are certain use cases, or I can say not use cases of like it's the things that were already happened. So as you know, like certain systems which were introduced earlier when it comes to Facebook, when it comes to Instagram, so as all the information was already there, so because those information system was collected by Facebook, Instagram, so how these systems are actually right now spreading the fake news and the things that are actually spreading wrong judgments and all. And these are not something which this algorithm is doing in a wrong way. This is something which users are trying to search, users are trying to perceive. So based on that, algorithm is providing them with the need they have, and these algorithms are performing in that way. So here we need to ask ourselves, like, if this is something which is going on, so how we can actually be in reality? If AI takes if AI is going to control us in future, so how we are going to actually decide what is real and what is not? So this is the question that is framed and it's explained in this book, and that is something which is going to be a reflection zone for us to read and reflect, and how we can decide on that. Also, when it comes to these ideologies and all, and when it comes to the industrialization, where the data and AI is actually getting very fast and everyone is actually adopting it, so there is something which they are actually missing right now, is like how these systems are performing and how these systems will not actually perform or overpower the human species. So because this was explained based on a social cause, or you can say an incident that happened. So as we know that there was certain incident already happened during this Rohingya crisis. So at that time, Facebook played a very important role to instigate that Rohingya genocide. So because of that, this algorithm is something which is getting out of control and instigating those very very vital, or you can say very crucial or very cruel kind of incident. So how these decision making is happening, and if humans are not able to control it, so we need to ask ourselves how we can actually manage those algorithm or system. Is it something which we can manage or not? So yeah, this is the challenge he mentioned. And also, so as some of the countries, they have strict some data rules, and some of them they ban certain social media websites, or some websites which is banned in like respective countries. For example, China. So they have already many restrictions related to Facebook, Instagram, and other social media websites. So in that case, how China is actually seeing the AI race, like how it is going to perform. And also as China has like a social credit system, so because of that social credit system, they are using it to place certain people with a score, how they are performing in the society. So is it something which in future, if other government they try to implement in their country or in their particular area, so is it something which is going to be in a very different zone? Is it going to hamper their privacy? So all of these questions are explained beautifully in this book. So yeah, these are some of the things which you can find really interesting, and in the next section we will actually talk about what are the things that we need to see in this book which will take some improvement area, like it's an improvement area we can talk about. So when it comes to improvement area, so there are certain data, or maybe we can say certain information, where Yuval Noah Harari, he tried to explain it in a very like fast manner, or we can say rapidly. So because certain areas it needs a lot of depth, so I think just quoting few lines on that will not be able to justify its advantage or disadvantage. For example, there is a very small section of discrimination based on caste in Indian society. So that is something which Yuval Noah Harari explained it in a very like 2 to 3 lines. But what I see is this evolution of caste system, how it was previously, what it was called, and why it was there in that system, and how that system actually turned it to a caste system. So earlier it was called Varna, and then it got converted to a caste system. So how this overall transformation happened, and based on that, how this discrimination is, it's presently like at that time it was on a very large scale, and how it is something which like it destroyed that social harmony. So this is something which Yuval Noah Harari, and there are not only related to caste system, there are certain other facts also which Yuval Noah Harari explained it on a certain surface level. But as I already also heard many of his interviews, so he clearly mentions that most of the things which are explained or which are said, so those are some of the surface level research they have given it. And I really respect Yuval Noah Harari's his statement on like accepting things. Like he's not master of all the subjects. He clearly mentioned that these things, the area where he is actually good at, so he has already narrated it in a very in depth. So he explained it in depth, and the areas where certain things are explained on the surface level, so through his interviews I got to know, like he mentioned it because those were the things or the points which was crucial for those chapters. So yeah, based on that, I can consider this book as a very interesting read. But now if you will ask me, like if I have to recommend this book, so how I can recommend it and who all can read this. So first of all, see, the thing is, this book is very heavy. I mean, when it comes to history, ideology, then the technological advancement, all of these things are some major or a biggest challenge that people may face if they are new readers. So before going with this book, you should be having some ideas or some pre-knowledge of what is ideologies, what are ideologies, what type of technological advancement that already started, and how these things are evolving nowadays. So if you know all of these things, then I think in that way this book is perfect read for you. You can go for it. And the best way I would suggest you to I mean, if you want to start reading this book, so I'll just suggest start reading his first book, Sapiens, and then I think if you will read his all the other works, so on that basis, after reading all of those things, when you will come to this book, you will have a clear idea. And even his previous books are like those were also very heavy. So in that way, this is the best advice I can give you right now. But yes, I'm thinking of something which will help you to gain certain ideas or maybe some pre-knowledge when you will try to read Nexus. Before reading Nexus, you should be reading those books. So I'll come up with this idea in some other video. So for now, I'll just recommend, this book is not for beginners. These are for someone who are interested in non-fiction. So if you have some basic or intermediate level of understanding, then you will enjoy this book. You will not get bored, and on that basis, this is something which will interest you. So yeah, this is all about Nexus, and I think this is something which I will really I'll remember this book, and this took a lot of time. I mean, 3 months is it's very much, but I really enjoyed each and every chapter, and this is the best part. I mean, you shouldn't focus on fast reading just to complete one book. You should enjoy it. You should do a proper research on that, so that even if things that were mentioned in this chapter, I googled it, I confirmed it if it's true or not, or what are the extra information that I can gain from through some credible sources. So by reading, by doing research, I have completed this book, and I'm really satisfied to know like how this overall evolution happened, and my contribution of understanding that system will help me in future in my personal, in my professional life. So yeah, that's all about Nexus, a brief history of information networks from Stone Age to AI, and I hope this will be something which I'll remember and I'll reread next year. So yeah, till then I would like to say enjoy your holidays, as it is like, we are in the last phase of 2024, and I mean, enjoy your days, whatever the days you have, and we will meet in next. I mean, we can do a few book reviews more, but yeah, most probably we will meet in the next, like from in the month of January. And yeah, so if you have already read Nexus, so yeah, you can share your thoughts in the comment section, and please subscribe to my channel, like this video, and share it with your friends. So we will meet in the next video. So yeah, bye bye.